Howdy, everyone. My name is Tamara Atkinson. Welcome to the Austin Hires Local podcast. I am so glad you're with us. I am the CEO of Workforce Solutions Capital Area. We are the Workforce Development Board serving Austin-Travis County. And in my role, I have the ability to talk to amazing leaders from the local, state, and national levels. And these leaders represent different roles in our employment ecosystem. They represent education, economic development, industry, community-based organizations who are working on the front line, elected leaders. And I wanted to bring these conversations to you so that you could get the same kind of insights that I'm getting in my role. In case you're new to Workforce Solutions Capital Area, let me tell you a little bit about us. We are the state-designated workforce authority serving Austin-Travis County. What that means at the end of the day is that everything we do is about supporting and connecting local people to local jobs. So let me tell you a little bit about the Austin economic development context. We are creating more jobs than most other metro areas, and we have the people to fill those jobs. So you might ask, what's the problem? The problem is that the people we have available don't always have the skills that match with those jobs. So that's where we come in. Through the conversations we're going to have with this podcast, we're going to be exploring more about what the issue is, but we really want to spend our time looking at how our policy leaders, how are other leaders in this environment looking at the solutions. Because solutions is in our name, after all. That's what we're going to bring you through this podcast, is solutions for how we support and connect local people to local jobs with the skills that they need to build careers right here in Austin, Texas. So people have asked me how I found my way into workforce development. So I want to tell you a little bit about it. Growing up, I always thought I'd be an educator. I am the proud daughter and granddaughter of two public school educators. And my whole family rallied around my education and supported me. And in the process, they taught me that the skills you learn through education can never be taken away from you. And they taught me that I could be anything I wanted to be if I built on my skills and my experiences. So I took that learning to North Africa when I was really young because I wanted to see the world. And when I was in North Africa, when I was in Morocco, I was able to be a language teacher and then run a school. And I taught adults how to speak English. And what I realized when I did that is they were learning English so that they could get a job. They were learning English so they could advance in their careers. And when I got back to the United States, I was really intrigued by that nexus between education and jobs. And I realized it has a name, and that name is workforce development. And so I've spent the last 20 years of my career really leaning into this idea that when we gain skills that are in demand in the marketplace, that is what empowerment is. And I am so proud that I get to lead an organization where we get to do that for thousands of people in our community. I started the Austin Hires Local podcast because I realized there weren't enough conversations on the record with leaders who were really invested in making Austin's economic development, education, and workforce development ecosystem stronger. The conversations are happening, but we want to put them on the record. So who am I going to be talking to? I'm going to be talking to leaders, not just from our community here in Austin, but leaders we're going to invite in from across the state and across the country. These are going to be candid conversations that are going to really get at what is working, what is still not working, and best of all, what solutions should Austin consider as we look to support and connect local people to local jobs. So what can you do with all this great information you're going to learn and gather through this podcast? Well, for starters, you can reach out to Workforce Solutions Capital Area or your local workforce development board. When you contact us, you're going to find that we have expert people that'll help you navigate the employment and workforce ecosystem. Number two, we can help you develop a plan, whether it's for yourself, someone you care about, or even your company. We can help you. And number three, we can help you see that there are solutions that will help bring you hope, that together, with all the resources and with all this knowledge, we can really build solutions that build a better community. So welcome to the Austin Hires Local podcast, and we're so glad you're here with us to talk talent. Keep coming back. Thanks.